Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about Micah Miller and let's just get right into it. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? Okay, today we're going to be talking about Micah Miller. I want to get started on it. I'm going to try not to do 3 hours today. So, let's get right over to let's do a little background on Micah Miller to start with. Okay. Let me pull my Eagles up, you guys. Let me pull. They're not my Eagles. American Eagles are free. Okay. I guess I should reword that. I do not have personally any Eagles at my home. Okay, everybody. Just thought I would add that. And by the way, welcome to my channel. I commentate if you get a little education. That is a thumbs up. If you learn anything from me, that's a thumbs up. Okay. It has been one of those days, y'all. One of those days. One of those days. Okay, well, who we got here? Lisa Kleckner. Thank you. Thank you for the woot woot. Shout out for my title. I'm getting better at it, aren't I? They are our mascots. They are our Eagles now. You hear that, little eagle? You come and visit me when you get big enough, okay? Ooh, I don't know. I'd probably be scared. I'm not that big. Ooh, that would be gross. Could you see an eagle picking me up and somebody going, let's check on our eagles today? And little remain calm is in the nest. Okay, we're not going to go there already, okay? Even though we are talking about some wicked things today. Mr. J.P. Miller, yes, your name is going to come out of my mouth today. Like I said, opinions of this channel are not necessarily the opinions of others. But you know what? Yeah, like a chicken hawk. Yeah, cotton candy like a chicken hawk. So I don't even know where to freaking start. Okay. So let me give you guys a little rundown about Micah Miller, okay? So Micah Miller was 30 years old, if I remember correctly. Okay. So Micah Miller was married to a pastor named John Paul Miller. He was the pastor of the Solid Rock at Market Commons. Okay. Now, Micah was found unalive on April 27th from what they say was a self-inflicted wound to her head. She was found at Lumber State Park in Lumberton, North Carolina. The next day, John Paul, he did a couple services for Micah, really threw me off. We have watched those. I'm not going to watch him again, only because I feel that by showing him again, I am disrespecting Micah up in heaven. Seriously. Okay? Seriously. You guys know I'm weird like that, okay? I'm not like everybody else. Okay? Ain't never gonna be. So, but nobody can be like me either, can they? Good point. Okay. So, the first service was when he was like, Micah passed away. I got a call last night. Yeah, don't talk about it in the church, though, right? Yeah, if you want to call it a church. So the second one was actually her memorial service. So the first one is when he said that Micah died from self-induced wound, but we know what the coroner's office also said, and I'll pull that up here in a minute too. Now, this is what's interesting, because Micah, her passing was within days of her filing for divorce for the second time in a 6-month period. 6 months, okay? She was like, I am out of here. She originally filed on October 9th of 23. Then less than 3 weeks after, the couple separated again. That happened on September 20th of 23. Now, I've got the, let's go over here to my email, and I need to get these in order. But these were sent to me, and I want to try to make sure. Okay, wait. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to share with you guys as I go through these, okay? So here we go. And I want to try to do them in order if I can. So this is from the South Carolina County of Horry. Now, to think that John Paul Miller had anything to do with the town called Horry, I rest my case. The devil and J.P. Miller. It's not spelled that way, though, you guys. It's Horry, just to let you know. But you all know what I'm saying? You know, Katie Ann. Okay, so Allison Williams, formerly Miller. Now, Allison was like, dude, I'm getting away from you, and I am taking my name back. So, this was filed on May 28th of 20, I can't read the year. Well, then you ain't worth a shit, are you there? Remain calm. Maybe not, but we'll see. Okay, anyhow. You are hereby summoned, now this is to J.P. Miller, to answer the complaint in this action, a copy of which is herewith served upon you, and to serve a copy of your answer to the said complainant on the subscriber or subscribers at her or their office. Okay, so let me bypass that, y'all. Hang on. Let me go back to the Eagles so you guys don't see my top hidden information that I have in my email. I'm just playing. Okay, hold on. All right, I'm trying to go backwards on these. Okay, that's just saying that it was signed by the court. There's till, I've got like 12 of these. Wait, that's the same thing. Okay, hold on. You guys know my channel's low budget. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Okay, wait. Oh, I still can't read the year on that. Shitfire man, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, I don't know. That's a song, isn't it? I don't know. I really don't fucking know. Okay, let me find what the fuck I'm doing here. I already saying the F word. I apologize. Okay, hold on. I had these stupid things in order. Okay, wait, that's 25. Okay, let me come up here then. I had to put them from my phone over to here. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is the first one. Okay. The plaintiff complaining of the defendant herein respectfully alleges the following. Plaintiff, which we know is Allison Williams, formerly Miller. Okay, and I'm going to play the interview that he did with Justin on TikTok, because let me tell you something. How many more narcissistic men can come out on freaking YouTube? How many more? We got a whole slew of them. Maybe we didn't really take notice of them until Don Wells came out. But man, the list is getting longer and longer. Narcissistic men. Okay, okay. Y'all know what I mean. Okay. Plaintiff and defendant are citizens and residents of Horry County. John Paul Miller, you gave the county a bad name. Okay? Literally. In my opinion. Oh, Rob Harvey's a self-aware narcissist. Well, maybe that's why JP was like, I can't talk to you. My friend's lawyer said not to talk to you. That's very interesting too, girl. I'll get there in just a minute. I will go through these as quickly as I can. So, I think I'm trying to make it a little bit bigger for y'all. Okay. So, plaintiff and defendant are citizens and residents of Horry County, South Carolina, have been there for 3 months prior to filing this action. The parties were previously married and were subsequently divorced on September 14, 2015. Okay? So, that gives them a little while of being apart. Of the marriage, 4 children were born, to wit, 2 of the children who are now emancipated, and 2 minor children. One born in 28 and one born in 29. You guys know when I say that, 2008 and 2009, okay? And who are the subject of this litigation. The minor children have resided in South Carolina for more than 6 months prior to the filing of this action, and South Carolina is the home state of the minor. Let me move on to part 2. Bring our Eagles back for a minute. Giving you guys a woo-saw moment. And of course, 420 is allowed over here because that's how we roll, okay? There's no need to hide it. We are all old ladies. I'm an old lady, okay? I don't even want to get into that. Okay, so here we go. Number 2. And it gets a little interesting, y'all, okay? I'm just letting you know. Okay, so on October 30th of 2015, a final order approving the parties' amended final agreement for child custody, visitation, alimony, and equitable distribution was filed with the court. Therefore, plaintiff's asserts this court has jurisdiction over the subject matters. The parties captioned above, plaintiff, defendant, okay, and the minor children born of the parties' marital relationship, and the venue is proper in Horry County, South Carolina. Here we go. Plaintiff realleges the preceding paragraphs as if restated verbatim herein. Pursuant to the parties' prior final order filed October 30th, 2015, prior to the parties filing an action seeking to modify any provisions of the final order relating to minor children, they first must submit those issues to mediation. Okay? Plaintiff asserts that based on the exigent circumstances that currently exist and the possible imminent danger and harm could be caused to minor children, it is not in their best interest to delay these matters from being addressed by the court on an expedited basis, and good cause exists for the court to waive the requirement. Therefore, based upon the totality of the facts and circumstances, plaintiff alleges good cause exists for the court to issue. Let's go back to our little eagles for a moment. My God, I am low budget over here, aren't I, you guys? Isn't that bad? Isn't that bad? Huh? Hey, Buttercup. What's up, Buttercup? What's up, Buttercup? Okay. Now, it's very interesting what she says transpired to cause the divorce. Oh, let me find it here. Okay, so the order waiving the pre-filing mediation clause. Okay. I know you guys just want to hear the juicy parts. Let me get to the juicy parts. Okay, pursuant to the parties' prior final order filed October 30th, 2015, they currently share joint custody of the minor children, with plaintiff being designated as the primary custodial parent and defendant being designated as the secondary custodial. So basically, the children resided with the plaintiff and the defendant had periodic visits with the children. As a result of the joint custodial designation, they have to consult with each other with respect to major decisions concerning minor children. Okay, this is just so they were asking for a modification of the prior orders pertaining to the custody and visitation. Okay. All right. All right. Hang with me, you guys. Hang with me. Okay. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Sorry I didn't show you the other one. You know, I get to looking at the stuff because a lot of times, you guys, I am so busy trying to pull stuff up that I just spot check it and I really don't look at the whole thing. I like to do that with you guys. Hey, Miss Justice. I really do like to do that with you guys. Thank you for being a member, Miss Justice. That means a lot. And I don't know why on this slide, when I started it today, Chai and Salty Fry were actually on there as new members too. Thank you guys who got a membership. That means a lot. What's up, Jaded? What's up, Wee Scottish Mom, who's a member? Hi, Colin. So good to see you. Glad you could stop in. And sorry, I didn't get to watch The Boys last night, but I'm going to watch them tonight. I promise. So if anybody gets into Paranormal Nightmare TV, we'll give them a thumbs up over here. Oh, I gifted it to you? Well, it was a gift. At least at least you got a gift. I know Fly, she gifted a lot. She did. She did. Okay, so plaintiff alleges that since the entry of the party's prior final order, listen here, defendant has exhibited increasingly unstable behaviors, failed to provide a safe and stable environment for the minor children during his periods of visitation, and has both exposed and involved the minor children in incidents of domestic dispute and discord, which had been traumatic to the minor children and not in their best interest. John Paul Miller, I got a question for you. Where were the children when you were laying in when you were laying on the ground wanting to go meet Jesus? I'm just asking, okay? Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. All right? I'm not saying you're the devil. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know. I think we got a lot of questions for JP. Well, do you notice JP went on I didn't see him on any females channels. Come on over here, JP. Come on over and talk to Remain Calm. We're good people over here. We'll be nice to you. We're not mean people. Right? Right. Okay. So, plaintiff further alleges that since the entry of the party's prior final order, it appears as though, listen up, are you guys listening? It appears as though defendant's mental health has increasingly deteriorated and he has exhibited behavioral patterns that are erratic and irrational. But you're trying to say that when Micah, and this is me, and you can raise your hand if you're with me on this. I think that the times when Micah may have acted out, I'm going to say, is why is that? Why was that, something that you and your father wanted to make clear to everybody, that she had all these issues? And, you wanted to say that 2 weeks after, what was it, class? 2 weeks, hey, Sonia, 2 weeks after Micah and JP Miller got married, his daddy said that Micah had an emotional issue and that she was basically hospitalized for 3 weeks. Now, JP, you gonna act like the good guy? I think you will. I think you'll be like, I loved her. I cared about her. That's why I knew she had some problems, but I went ahead and married her because I'm a pastor. I can preach that mental illness out of somebody. It don't work like that, JP. I'm sorry. I ain't even a preacher, and I know it don't work like that. Okay, I'm just saying. So, oh my goodness. Oh, just get it with it. Remain calm. Remain calm. I can't even say my name. I'm so, this guy just trips my trigger. Trips my trigger. At times, he has foregone his designated period. He had even, okay, so he wasn't even visiting his kids right, based upon his own assertions of not being mentally well enough for the children to be in his care. Make that make sense to me, somebody. Make that make sense to me. I wonder if she's talking around the time, when he was laying, I want to go to Jesus. Wowsy wow. Wowsy wow there, JP. I just commentate over here and ask a lot of questions, okay? I ain't saying you did anything because I wasn't there. I don't know. But I'm saying your actions after the fact. I know a lot of people you think look up to you, man. But, no, sir. Okay. And that's my opinion. So, anywho, moving on. At times he had foregone his designated periods of visitation because he was not well enough for the children to be in his care. In addition to the foregoing, since the entry of the party's final order, the defendant had used the joint custodial designation of the parties, i.e., duty consult regarding the children, as a mechanism to harass, threaten, and control the plaintiff. Go figure. Dang, JP, I wouldn't have thought that about you. No, sir, I wouldn't have. You know, being a pastor and all. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, as a result, the parties are not able to effectively communicate or co-parent in any matter necessary to share joint custody of the minor children, and plaintiff alleges it would be detrimental to the safety, welfare, and emotional health of both the plaintiff and the minor children to continue sharing joint custody. Therefore, the plaintiff is requesting the court issue an order granting plaintiff sole custody of the minor children. She wants them now. She wants them now. Give me my kids. Give me my children, JP. All right. There's more goodies in here. Plaintiff further alleges that based upon information and belief, and I'll make it bigger for you. Okay. Woo! Whoop! Trigger warning, red flag, here it comes. Plaintiff further alleges that based upon information and belief that since the entry of parties' prior final order, despite his representations otherwise, defendant has failed. Defendant, let me say this real slow so y'all can hear it. Are you guys ready? I got to get my ruler out. Plaintiff further alleges now, that's a big word, right? Based upon information and belief that defendant has failed to seek treatment for, I have to say alleged. He has failed to seek treatment for his deviant sexual addictions and behaviors, which he admittedly confessed to both the plaintiff and former elders of the church. Based upon information and belief, defendant has, based upon information and belief, continued to engage in deviant sexual behaviors, and has exposed the party, allegedly exposed the party's minor children to an immoral and unsafe environment. What? Huh. JP Miller. I have a lot to say about you. That is my opinion. But I have to try to keep it down on YouTube because, you know, we got to be careful what, how we word things on YouTube. And with you being a pastor, what I really want to say, I probably would never be back allowed on this platform ever again. Seriously. Okay. So, she believes that he was guilty of being deviant, and the church elders knew it. They told him to go to counseling and stuff, and he never did. Also, in addition, the defendant has exposed the minor children to his adulterous misconduct with his paramour. Y'all know what a paramour is, right? And repeatedly involved both the plaintiff and minor children to his marital difficulties. Wow. Here we go. Plaintiff further contends that since the entry of the party's prior final order, the current wife of defendant Micah Miller was recently found deceased. Now, this is his ex-wife going back to get amended orders on custody and stuff. So here we go. We thought what came out earlier was not good. The current wife of defendant Micah Miller was recently found deceased. The tragic facts and circumstances of which have become a major focus on social media, local and national news. Against the objections of the plaintiff, the defendant has discussed this matter with the children. Really? And plaintiff believes, given the totality of circumstances, placing the children in the care of the defendant would place them in imminent danger and not to be in their best interest. All right. We're almost done with these, you guys. We're almost done, I promise. Hello, Ken. What's up, Matthew? Wow, Matthew. Wow. Matthew, silly AF. Okay, so, Lord have mercy. Okay, here we go. Plaintiff further alleges that prior to the death of Micah Miller, she confided in the plaintiff, sharing intimate details. She confided in the plaintiff, sharing intimate details regarding the behaviors. Hold on. No, wait. Okay, wait. Wait a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay. I was trying to make sure I had these in order. Okay, so she said a lot about you so far, JP. I'm just saying. Okay, is that it? Okay, give me a minute. I get kind of feisty reading these things. Okay? For real. Y'all know I do. Okay, I found it. I found myself. I found me, and I love me, and I'm okay. I'm okay. Are you okay? Okay. All right. So she spoke with him about some personal things. I guess, with Matthew, or not Matthew. I'm looking at Matthew. Matthew. Okay. So anyhow, there were concerns regarding the safety of the minor children while in the care of the defendant. Here, I'll show it to y'all. Okay. It's hard to look at y'all when I'm reading. Okay. So there's concern for the minor children while in the care of the defendant. Plaintiff contends that until the time of Micah Miller's passing, she provided a safety net for the children during their periods of visitation with the defendant, and based upon her recent tragic passing, that is no longer possible. I knew it. I knew it. I knew that Micah, she was the babysitter, right? I don't think anybody's said anything like that. The babysitter. And this woman has stated that one of the reasons for the divorce was because he caught Micah with J.P. Miller. Okay. Doing not good things. But I'm going to say this, because I am hashtag Micah Miller, justice for Micah Miller. And I really think that he had come into Micah's life at a very young age. And I think he, throughout that whole time, had, I don't know if you want to use the word brainwashed or not, right? For real. Okay. So she's saying Micah's not there anymore. And I don't trust my kids to be safe with him, because Micah was the one who made sure that messed up stuff didn't happen when the kids were visiting him, right? Okay, plaintiff alleges that until such time as the defendant undergoes a full and complete psychological and parental fitness evaluation and follows all recommendations resulting therefrom, and a guardian ad litem can be appointed to investigate this matter and protect the best interests of the minor children. The defendant's periods of visitation and contact with the minor children should be suspended. She's saying, I don't want you around my kids. I don't want you around the kids. You need to go get some help. Hey, can somebody answer this? How many times was J.P. Miller hospitalized? Huh? And Micah was such a kind person, and she had her faith in the man upstairs was just watching her. It was like she had a lot of faith. She had a lot of faith in Jesus. She did. And so I feel bad. I feel horrible for her. I really do. And yeah, because you know what? A lot of us have had to deal with stuff like that. A lot of us have. And it may not be to the extent that I believe Micah did, but we've all been through some messed up stuff. I mean, we really have. And it's so sad that this mother felt that her children were going to be okay and safe with Micah and not so much with their dad. Okay. Well, I don't. Yeah, yeah. I mean, so she wants the kids no longer around him. Based upon the foregoing, plaintiff contends it would be in the best interest of the minor children modify the custody and visitations provisions of the parties, granting sole custody of the parties, the plaintiff. Is there any further confidential? Did he agree to this? Let me read it to you, because it's using some big words in here. Inter alia modify final order so yeah, he agreed to this. It sounds like he agreed to this, that she would have full custody and he would have no contact or visitation between the minor children and her without going through a full and complete psychological and parental fitness evaluation, and of course following all the recommendations, resulting therefore both okay, all right, hang on. Oh shit, there's more. I thought I was done. For a second cause of action, oh, this is for the guardian ad litem. So they want to appoint a guardian ad litem for the best interest of the minor children, with, listen to this, with the defendant being solely responsible for the cost. Yep. Wow. There's, yeah, alimony and support. She wants changed, and I'll look at that again here in a minute, because I want to get over to this video. Now, what I thought was really weird, now, this is why Micah wanted the divorce. And after what I just read, you guys, I mean, I see similarities with his first wife and Micah. The divorce document stated that Micah believed her husband was engaging in acts of adultery with women whose names are well known to her and the public. Is one of them named Susie? I don't know. Her name's Susie or Susan. I call her Susie. Okay. Now, don't forget, Susie's husband, from what I heard, don't know if it's true, had actually went to J.P. Miller and told J.P. Miller to stay away from his wife. And then lo and behold, there's an accident. He's in his battery operated wheelchair and it goes over the side of a swimming pool and there's nobody there. I don't know. I just thought I'd add that in there so you guys would know. Okay. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true. Okay. Well, the meds thing, this is what gets me, because the medication thing really ticks me off. We saw him laying on the ground, and I can find it. If you guys want to see him blubbering around, let me know. I'll leave that up to you guys, right? But he said the doctor had him on this medication and, you know, it wasn't doing right. And then he says Micah won't stay on her medication. But Micah's family said that instead of taking two pills, that she decided that she was only going to take one. So to me, that's really not taking your medicine. And they also said that it was prescribed that way by the doctor, right? Is what they said. Okay. So she believed that he was engaging in acts of adultery, and she wanted a divorce or at least a legal separation granted by the court. The document stated she separated from her husband because of philandering and her growing hostility towards him. She said John Paul threatened to throw her belongings in the yard, has locked her out of her own home, and defamed and demeaned her before a congregation of people. You devastated her. He devastated her. That was all she had. She had her family, but most of the people she knew were from that church. And luckily, I do believe that she did have a few best friends, but most of them people from that church, he had them thinking that she was loony toony. Yes, and the topless picture of her that he put on Facebook on the, what was it, the boobs and curves site or something like that. And this is what gets me about that, because law enforcement really couldn't do anything about that because whoever sent it was anonymous. She knew he sent it. She hadn't sent nothing like that out to anybody else. And but he had blocked out, you know, I guess if you block out the nipples, then it's not a big deal. So they really couldn't do anything. But he admitted it, right? He admitted it. Okay. Now, this is what, okay, class, this is one thing I want you guys to remember about this. Okay. The documents state that John Paul was the owner or majority shareholder of certain businesses and nonprofit organization, and Micah said she was entitled to an equitable share of the assets because she contributed to the improvements of certain premarital property to such an extent that it has been transmuted into marital property. She also wanted alimony. Now, we can get into the church a little bit. From my understanding, they own the church. And I'm not going to say just John Paul Miller because, you know, Micah put a lot of work in at that church. She did a lot at that church, a lot. So, yes, I believe Micah, being the first lady of the church, was a big asset. Now, I also think, and y'all know I'm going to give my opinion about this, that J.P. Miller, John Paul Miller, used the church to get his groove on. You know what I mean? He was getting his groove on. He had all these probably women in the church who just thought that he was just the cutest little thing. And he's a pastor, right? Okay. I'm not going to go into that anymore either. Okay. So that is all very interesting when you get into the legalities. And that is why her sister, her family wanted to go to court and be able to take over to run and figure out Micah's estate. And that would have been her sister. So she was asking for alimony also. She also was asking for a restraining order and a ruling from the judge that John Paul could not speak negatively about her to the church and congregation. And I think that she asked that because he had been doing that. Okay. Now we got John Paul Miller who's saying, oh, women who want to talk to other women about their husbands, that's just devil talk. That's just devil talk, right? But yet he's sitting with the men, and who are they talking about? Micah. Micah. I bet that was embarrassing for her, number one. And I'm not going to get into 2, 3, and 4. Okay. She wanted to go back to her maiden name of Francis, but the divorce request was dismissed in February of 2024. And then that same month, John Paul filed for support and maintenance, but that request was also dismissed. If the divorce was dismissed, why would he file for support and maintenance? And then on April 16th, Micah filed for support and maintenance. A hearing notice was set out on April 23rd with a court date set in June, but Micah passed on April 27th. The Solid Rock Church website's been taken down, and the pastor has been fired. He been fired. Okay, let's get back over here, y'all. Now, this is Justin on TikTok, and hopefully you guys will be able to hear this. I hope. I'll give you a little moment. Oh, Lord. Lord. Okay. Now, let me tell you the weird thing about this, okay? Let me tell you the weird thing about this, because let me find it, because I got to show you guys. This is what happened when it was Robbie Harvey and Justin on TikTok, and I don't know if it was another creator, but somebody lived close to the Miller residence, and they actually walked down to see if John Paul Miller would talk to these people, right? Oh, cool, Stephen. I hope it's been going good for you. Okay, so this is really weird. So I want to do this. Let me do this one first, because it's kind of the beginning. You guys can hear that, right? Somebody pop me a 1, would you? You guys can't hear it? You really can't hear it. All right, hang on. Let me do this. Give me a moment in time. Just a moment in time. All right, we're going to try this again, whippersnappers. All right, now tell me if you can hear it.
Is that correct? And then said, hey.
I don't have the phone number on there. So I don't know where
what I was thinking happened, he went up to the Secretary of State's website, or he was also saying that he's got neighbors that go to that church.
You can hear it now, Sonia. Thank you.
A myriad of different
Thank
ways.
you, Buttercup.
He went out of his way to get your phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah. My real name, where I go by Guru. Everybody in town knows me as Guru.
Okay.
He actually said my real name.
So there's another TikToker, I guess a TikToker, who lives in the area. I drove by taking pictures and stuff. And I just want you guys to hear what John Paul Miller says to this Harvey guy.
Gotcha.
And the only person that knows that is my neighbor.
Okay, hold on. I want to get to it. Here he comes.
You like James?
Can't make it bigger.
He's got his head. He's not showing his head.
Y'all hear what he said?
Oh, wait.
No, we can't hear.
You can't hear him? He said he'll ask me a question.
There it goes.
Answer
Can you guys
honestly,
hear that now?
and he'll answer any question I ask him.
Well,
That's
that's
fair.
up to you. That's fair to me.
Oh no, it's their questions, not mine.
Get closer if you want.
5 million followers now, with almost 2 million.
No, we're talking 5 million people.
Huh?
I've got over 5 million followers.
Wow. So what's up with people talking about how many followers they got? At least he's on his feet. That's good, Katie Ann. Katie Ann, you come to the front of the class, girl. That was funny. That's how we roll over here. So, okay. All right, dude, you got 5 million followers. Quit bragging.
Yeah.
If he wants to ask a question to you, go ahead. JP, this is Robbie Harvey, and
Listen to what he says.
Talk, man, and we're going to be respectful and allow you to speak.
Now you can't hear what he's saying. Hang on, I'll see if I
don't know.
Okay, no,
I also have Justin on TikTok.
Okay, you can barely hear him, so I'm not going to finish wasting my time on that. He is telling that Robbie Harvey, he's not going to talk to him. He's not going to talk to him. A lawyer of a friend advised that he shouldn't talk to Robbie Harvey, which was kind of weird, I must add. But anyhow, let's get over here to what's important. All right, let's get this show on the road. I'm at 1 hour, y'all. Now, this is Justin on TikTok. Please check out Justin on TikTok. And so they go back and they get John Paul Miller. Wait, I want to get him. Okay, there he is. There's the cocky little dude. All right, are you guys ready for this? trigger warning all over my channel. Opinions of this channel don't necessarily, are not necessarily somebody else's opinions, okay? And I commentate on things. That's what I do over here. So I'm going to say trigger warning, trigger warning. And if you need to leave, please feel free to do so and come back another time. No problem with it. I personally don't care about someone being a JP Miller supporter. And honestly, I really haven't found any. I'm just saying, though. I'm just saying, okay? Here we go. Hopefully you can hear it.
How are
Hey, I
you?
can't see your face anymore, but that's okay.
Oh, you can't turn. Can you press
Hey.
the button?
I don't know if I can do it while I'm on live.
Is there one that does that? Oh, flip
Folks.
camera.
I have closed caption on for everybody.
Hey man, how's it going?
Good. So I told them what you said. I read it to them, and I basically said, the way that I word it was, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth here, but I said, the way I look at it is, my understanding is that you said a friend of yours who's an attorney. This is in regard to Robbie Harvey, guys. A friend of yours who's an attorney advised you not to speak to Robbie due to the defamation suit. And I would imagine that because there's a defamation.
Is he waving to people? What are you doing, John Paul Miller? He's waving to people. He's waving. Wow, I would love to see that chat. Who you waving at? Look at him, he's waving. He's waving like he's a freaking celebrity. Oh my gosh.
Basically said, the way that I word it was, I'm not trying to put words in your mouth here, but I said, the way I look at it is, my understanding is that you said a friend of yours who's an attorney. This is in regard to Robbie Harvey, guys. A friend of yours who's an attorney advised you not to speak to Robbie due to the defamation suit. And I would imagine that because there's a defamation suit, that's why he didn't want to speak.
Yeah.
I think he's freezing up.
He's just not very. He's not a nice guy. He's not playing. Hey, are all these people? All these people are watching us right now.
He's got way more people
Yeah,
watching.
and if
He's
you
got,
want, if
well,
you
how many
want the
people
comments
watching?
off, if you want the comments
No, leave
off, I can turn the comments off.
No, I don't mind at all. I don't mind.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What did I tell you guys? Especially with these narcissistic men. They love to read the comments. Somebody was probably like, JP Miller, I think that you're mighty fine looking. And he was like, hey, that's me, JP Miller. Hey, girl, call me. Whatever. Oh, you guys. Okay. All right, here we go. You guys are in for a ride. I'm going to you.
What's it all?
How many people are watching your live?
I think 50,
How many people
5,400. 5,400. And I would imagine with your face here, it's probably going to go up exponentially.
Watch how he acts.
And,
JP's earbuds have no effect on this camera.
Justin, tell me, like,
No, your earpods aren't going to have.
I can't. I don't hear well, anyways.
Gotcha.
I don't hear well anyways. Are you kidding me? JPL. I'm not gonna scream in my microphone. I ain't doing it. You know what, JPL? Why am I calling him JPL? John Paul loser. JP Miller. You probably just have selective hearing, my dear. And I'm not a doctor, but
Okay, so tell me about yourself. What kind of show is this? Or what kind of, is this TikTok? Are we on TikTok? And
This
what,
is TikTok.
are
I
you
also
like
have
just
like, what do I do?
yeah, like what is this? What is this? Are you a hit as a crime person, or are you you just
Gotcha.
you know, like what is your passion for this?
Gotcha. So my platform is true crime and current events, primarily.
I must speed
There
this
is
up.
some narcissistic, toxic family stuff, which is how the platform started. I've also written 2 children's books over that. So I have this
wow.
on this platform. I've got 1.3, almost 1.4 million followers on. I have YouTube as well and Instagram, of course, and that's typically what it is.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome. That's great. Can I answer some of the people that are saying stuff? Would that be okay?
Oh,
Hey,
here we
here's the thing. Yours.
go.
Do what you want.
So somebody asked about my tattoos.
Fair warning. Fair warning. This wasn't going to turn into, I'm trying not to turn it into a JPL Miller a roast. I'm trying really hard. But y'all know I speak my mind. I see things. Okay? And when I see things that's kind of messed up, I say something. That's what they always tell you, right? If you see something, say something. I'm saying something, okay? I'm saying something.
And so these are my favorite scriptures are here, but I got one at a time because I didn't think I was going to ever get more than one tattoo, and I just kept going back and going. Stuff like that.
Was that after you had your incident on the ground? And don't worry, class, I'm pulling it up now. I'm gonna pull it up. Oh yeah, he's real. Yeah, I'm not gonna call him a man, but he's real. He put himself in an environment where people were basically, in my opinion, a yes man to him, right? Oh yeah, he does have pointy ears. I rebuke you, Satan. I rebuke you, Satan. I'm not saying he's Satan. I can't do that, okay? I can't. And I can't say he's guilty of Micah's passing either. But I say he is one SSOB. Now, what I would really like to know is exactly what scriptures are on his arm. I would love to know the exact scriptures that are on his arm. Maybe I can Google it and find out. I don't know.
Everybody say what?
It's breaking up. It's lagging a little bit, JP. Hold on. There you go. I think you're back.
I don't know why it's lagging.
But what is your day-to-day life like? I'm a hermit now, and I love interacting with people. I don't get to do that much now, but so I'm it says if your Wi-Fi is on, turn it off.
It's turned off.
It's turned off. He says.
But
But
he's
the
not on
neighborhood we
Wi-Fi.
live
He's
in,
far from his house.
This guy's creepy
this neighborhood
looking.
doesn't pick up AT&T well.
Yeah.
Can I? Is it okay if I ask you a question? Somebody asked.
You think he
I'll
looks
see.
like
Let me
Chris
say this. I
Watts?
want to answer everything, but I don't want to answer it
Okay.
without me holding up my proof and showing it to you because I think it's just ignorant for someone to just give their opinion or say something and not have proof behind it when it's something as serious as this is. And so I'll be doing that next week, and I'll love to send you the proof and everything along with affidavit, most likely.
Okay.
Oh, can I?
Proof of what? We got proof. We got Micah's proof. What have you got that could trump any of that? Because, sir, I would be a very highly upset woman if my husband had me committed and then took everything I owned out of the house, even took my car and my purse and the keys and my phone. I would be pretty hot. I would be one hot bitch. Okay? So what I'm seeing here, and I could be wrong, I'm not right every time, but what I'm seeing here is a case of someone who was doing things to an individual and trying to make it look like that individual was the one doing things to them. I've had that happen to me. I had that happen to me where somebody was doing rock gut shit to me and I wasn't doing shit to them, but they wanted to go around and tell everybody that the shit they were doing to me, the exact shit they were doing to me, tried to say I was doing that to them. That's a sick fuck. I'm sorry. That's sick shit. Okay? I don't think the man upstairs liked that kind of advertising, if that's on his or you guys know how I am. Y'all know how I am. I'm just I have to look at this. Micah's the one who's not here anymore. Micah's story is what's important. Micah's story is what needs to be told. She's not here anymore. And she left all the evidence that I think anybody would truly believe maybe not committed that crime himself, but I do believe that he instigated that. And I would also like to know, so anybody out there, if you ever get a chance to talk to John Paul Miller, would you ask him what happened in Colombia that changed the course of his and Micah's relationship? Everybody remember that question. If you're ever in one of those chats with 500 million subscribers, throw that out there if John Paul's ever on panel and ask him what happened. Because you know what? We can't ask Micah. She's not here. Now, I don't know if we get a truthful answer or not. I think that he would start telling us a story and go all around the answer like most of them narcissistic guys do that I've seen.
Am I allowed to touch it? Scroll down. Somebody said something I couldn't see. They said,
It's going fast.
JP, yeah, it's going fast. Who said be respectful? That was so nice. Someone named Bonnie.
Well, so my lives, JP, we don't tolerate, no matter who it is, no matter what the situation, we don't tolerate people being disrespectful to other people in here as well as the guests. And at this moment, you're the
Well, I don't either. We don't. We're not disrespectful over here. Not at all. And I'm not disrespecting a guest. He ain't my guest. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm commentating. Yes, I absolutely agree, Lisa. Let me put your comment up there. Micah was way smarter than her husband gave her credit for. Absolutely. Absolutely. And don't forget, you guys, I still got to do part 2 of the Seth and Bullhorn Betty thing. I haven't forgot. I promise I'll get to it.
guest, so it's not going to be tolerated.
I even start grieving yet. Not even 1 minute every time I go to something else happens that I have to do with. So I'm planning on, once this is all over, taking some time and doing what I need to do to grieve. But in my mind, she's gonna text me tomorrow and say, hey. So I haven't even started that. So and my wife's name is spelled with no H at the end. If it has an H at the end, that means it's a male. It's a boy. So MSCA is the girl one. Someone just said, how is he tied to Micah? That was
Somebody is.
Oh my gosh, he laughed. He said, somebody said, how are you tied to Micah? Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, I got to get something to drink. We're going to take 1 second here. Everybody take a woosah moment because I'm already, this man. What do you mean, Katie Ann, honey? what happened where that changed him? I don't know if, sometimes people don't change. Sometimes people are the way they are and they've been that way their whole life. So I don't know if something actually changed or if he's always been this way.
It's very new to this case then, the story, if they're asking that.
I mean, the thing about it is the ex-wife is saying that he was basically piddling around with young girls at the church. He admitted it. They told him to seek counseling, and he never did it. He never did it. I'm really surprised that I wonder how he really felt about Micah getting married the first time. Because from my understanding, he made her husband his best friend, right?
Yeah, but
And see when they say stuff that they shouldn't, it blocks it out to where nobody else can see
well,
what
they
they
can see,
say.
it says, can we see your pupils? Y'all can see my pupils.
Yeah, they can't.
I mean,
Everybody else can't see what they wrote.
Oh.
That's why it's Xed out.
Only you can see what they
Yeah.
are. Oh, okay.
I can't see your pupils because your eyes are black. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion.
So, how did you get hooked up with Robbie Harvey? Because y'all seem extremely different.
Well,
So,
Robbie, my
Robbie-
girlfriend,
Oh, yeah.
Robbie, Robbie was on live on Facebook. My girlfriend said something to him about the text you sent me.
Yeah.
And then it just spiraled from there, getting both of them on here,
Gotcha.
walking over.
Answer some
Oh
questions.
wow, Justin, it was really great meeting you, and I promise we will chat again. And I
Really?
appreciate you being kind to me, and I appreciate you being respectful of me. And
No, dude.
Well,
Answer
the way
some
that I look at it
questions.
is that, you know what? If you want a platform to speak and share your version of events, you deserve that.
Well, I do understand that, okay? I do understand that. I do understand where he does. I mean, it's not really fair that he doesn't get a platform to share whatever he wants to share. But after seeing all the evidence put out for Micah, I don't know if I would believe anything the guy would say. I really don't. And like I said, who marries a woman that him and his father say have psychological problems? Who does that? And with Micah being young, I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but the possibility of when Micah and him got caught together, that's when he probably knew that he could just have complete control over her. Sad.
thank you very much. This was very exciting seeing all that. People just keep on.
Oh, I
saying
bet it
stuff
was
over and over.
exciting.
It's and this is live when they say that.
Yeah,
it's
yeah, they're typing it right now on their phones.
So with
man, that does
TikTok,
very-
with TikTok, a lot of times people will be coming in constantly,
Okay.
and it doesn't, like, you can't do an instant replay like you can on YouTube. So people might ask you the same questions over and over. Whereas on YouTube, people can go back halfway through it and rewind it so they don't miss something. So it's a very different. So I mean, to be very frank with you, if you wanted to do something, it would probably be better to do it on YouTube, because then you don't have to repeat yourself constantly, but you can still see the questions.
I do want justice for Micah, and I'm going to help bring that. I definitely want justice for Micah. And somebody said, I love the attention. What kind of attention? I hadn't talked to anybody or seen anybody. Yeah, they say I love attention. Oh, people are just mean too sometimes.
Would you be okay if I asked you a question about an item in a very respectful way?
Sure.
So one of the things that has been said, and this was a couple weeks ago, that a lot of people made a big, I don't say a big issue, but we'll say a big deal about, was a necklace that you were wearing in the interview after she passed away. Was that actually hers, or did you just have a similar one?
No, that was definitely hers. I got it. So she passed away on the Saturday, and then Sunday when I went and saw her, they handed me some stuff, and that was one of the things they handed me. And that necklace was, for some reason, she heard a story. Micah was very she could hear something or see a commercial and then immediately want to act on it. And so she heard about these lab diamonds last year. And so even though she loved her wedding engagement band, she wanted the real diamond taken out of that. And she wanted a lab diamond put in, but she didn't want to get rid of that diamond. So she wanted to put it inside of a necklace. And so I had it made into a necklace for her. He was wearing that, and the nurse gave me that on that Sunday. And so before I even left the hospital, I already had it on.
Okay.
I just didn't, I'm not taking it off. And actually, I'd forgotten it was on the neck.
If Micah wore that necklace all the time and it was special to her, even, well, I don't know. I don't know if, yeah, I mean, would you guys keep it? He had her cremated, right? But I think that he should have gave it to her sister. Well, no, not if it was the diamond from the wedding band. I don't know. But yes, it was her necklace. It was her necklace.
Next day or two or whenever the interview was, I just, but yeah, it's a girl necklace. So I just wanted to feel close to her. So I wore it, when I gave it to her.
Okay. I appreciate you answering it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go
Just
inside.
one other question.
Okay.
They swear up and down that you bought a new truck, and it's not a new truck. You
No,
just
it's
wrapped
not a new
it,
truck.
right?
Yeah, just put some stickers on it.
Yeah, he just wrapped it in vinyl and took the stickers off the windows. But people were calling me a liar. I'm like, I see the truck
you had-
every day.
You had video, yeah. When you got close, you could see that it was a vinyl wrap, and so I actually made that correction.
It's not even
How
vinyl
do
wrap,
we
it's
can
just
have it?
we just put some tape on the back.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and we just it comes right off.
yeah.
Yeah. Why did you have her cremated? Someone said. I did that because that's what she wanted. We talked a lot about what would happen if one of us passed, and that's something Micah wanted and something I want as well, because we don't believe that the body matters as believers, and so that's what she wanted. Yeah.
Do you guys believe that's what she wanted? Put a 1 in my chat if you believe that Micah wanted to be cremated. And I don't know if you've heard the family speak on that, but they wasn't happy about that whole situation. And John Paul Miller, from my understanding, told the family that they had to sign off on the paperwork if they wanted to see Micah before her cremation. That's from my understanding. So, okay. Are you guys getting bored? Is everybody getting bored? Figured I'd better ask. I mean, because really we do have to look at the situation of yeah, we do have to look at the situation of could she have said that to him without telling her family that? I don't know. She seemed to be close to her family. I mean, she honestly seemed to be close to her family. I mean, it's sad, but okay, let me get rid of this this guy. Oh Lord, help us.
I'm still wearing my wedding ring. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm still wearing it.
Do you have anything else for him?
And you can you can love somebody and be separated, and you can love them just the same and be divorced. You can love just the same, be with them. Sometimes it doesn't stop your love for the person. It's like having a kid that you love them and they do something that you don't like, but you still love them the exact same. All the abuse that people are throwing at me, I just pray that none of y'all have to go through anything like this, because it's.
I'm gonna show you guys some pictures.
And I'm not going to ask you this question right now. Obviously, if you want to talk more, and I can text with you and we can get something scheduled if you want to do that. Obviously, because with this type of situation, there are no more secrets about your past or anything that you've done in the legal system. So that's been out there. That being said, obviously there's a lot of documents back and forth. Her filing reports against you, you filing reports against her. And so if you ever want to chat about any of that, again, respectfully, and from your version, we're happy to give you that platform.
Okay.
There's something I learned through this that I don't think the world knows. I don't think America knows. And that is, on a police report, you can lie and say anything you want to say. you can say that Big Bird killed Cookie Monster on Sesame Street, and they have to write it down.
Correct.
And so a lot of people take police reports as fact. It's not fact that somebody said it. What you can do is people can actually line affidavits. You can write.
Wow. So he's already pushing the narrative that you can lie on legal documents. And just because something isn't someone else's truth doesn't mean that it's not that person's truth. You guys get what I'm saying? I will be highly shocked if he is ever charged with what happened to Micah. And if he had been setting this up for a while, I mean, I showed you guys a video where Micah was, I believe, in Africa on a mission or somewhere. And she was talking to the congregation there and talked about, trying self-harm before, I'll say, and that she felt God had stopped it because something happened with the pew and all that. And by that coming out and being shown, and I don't know, I never researched it to find out who actually initially put that out, but that would be interesting to find out who did that. So now that, Micah not being with us any longer, kind of does that again. And, this time, God's like, girl, just come to heaven and I will take care of you. I believe Micah had been through so much. I would never want to be with anybody who would 5150 me when maybe I wasn't the issue, maybe they were, right? It's sad. She had a lot to lose. She had invested her life, number one, to the church, and to who else? Now, I don't think her first husband's come out and talked, and I would give him a little advice on there's no need to, for real.
Anything you want to do in an affidavit, and it doesn't matter. That's why it's important whenever you're trying to find truth in the affidavit. You look for just what exhibits that. But that's something I've learned through all this stuff. People assume things. White people are incredibly. Someone says about an autopsy. You're going to answer, are you?
Why no autopsy?
I asked for an autopsy when I was there Sunday, and I asked I either asked the head nurse or asked the medical examiner or somebody, and they just brushed me off and said, "There's no need. There's no need." And I said, "I didn't know anything. I just asked one just because I thought it was the right thing to do. Not that I thought anything. I just thought that's what you're supposed to do when someone you love dies young. You just ask for an autopsy." And but then I said, "Well, what about finding out if she was on medicine or what kind of medicine or if she was pregnant or anything like that?" And they said, "You need a toxicology report." I said, "Okay, well, I want that." So they
Pregnant? Did you guys just hear what he threw out there? SMH.
They said yes. So a toxicology report was ordered, and I'll have the results of that. I think they said it could take months, but it could be anywhere from 3 more weeks to 3 months.
Yes.
So
There was a story here, and I live in the Nashville area, but there was a story here in Nashville. I don't know how closely you follow this type of stuff, but Riley Strain, a young college kid who was here from Missouri, fell into a river. Anyways, they ordered his toxicology. I think 3 months later, we were still waiting on it, and it just finally came back. And even now, the results haven't been officially released, so it can take a while.
Yeah, and I don't know if it'll be able to even tell me what I want to know, but we'll see. We'll see.
The thing about that is, Micah went a couple places. She went to a couple places. If she would have had a shitload of medicine in her system, they would have noticed it at the pawn shop. And I don't think that they would have let her buy a weapon. Which, that's in question why they allowed her to anyway, if it was documented that she had, I don't know. I don't know how they do that. I don't know how they run that through computers or anything like that. But she also went to the gas station where they said she was fine. She was fine.
What's the lady? Man, what cousin? Oh, sorry. Someone just said Satan. Was that a question, or was that just a comment?
Again, I told you we can turn comments off if you prefer that.
I do that. No, I don't like it. No, not at all. For signing, I don't talk. I don't. There's no making family do anything. Well, I didn't put a tracking device. I did it because I told him I'm sure she was near a gun store to give me a call, and also thought that maybe there was some other reasons. You'll see that next week. You'll find the results of that next week.
Are you able to? If not, it's okay. Are you able to kind of give us a hint on what's coming next week? If you can't, that's fine.
No, just everything that shows why she passed away, who's responsible for it, and that I did every single thing a human being could do and far more to try to keep her alive and keep her safe and keep her healthy. I was the only one. I went to 48 people in 3 months and told them she needs her lithium, and she does not need to be anywhere near a weapon. And nobody believed me. And I showed them proof that her doctor said she was suicidal, and nobody believed me. And I thought I went to
Wait. I gotta rewind. Be kind and rewind. Remain calm.
No, I like it. No, not at all. For signing, I don't talk. I don't. There's no making family do anything. Well, I didn't put a tracking device. I did it because I told him I'm sure she was near a gun store to give me a call, and also thought that maybe there was some other reasons. You'll see that next week.
Wait. Dude. Okay, I'm sorry. I have got to rewind that a little bit more. I want y'all to really listen to what he's saying. And I'm sorry. This guy, I'm going to make it bigger. I want you guys to see this. This guy, he looks so devilish in this picture. And I don't mean in a good way. I'm sorry, I don't. That's just the way I feel.
With TikTok, a lot of times people will be coming in constantly, and it doesn't, like, you can't do an instant replay. Like
sorry, I did back it up.
People might ask you the same questions over and over. Whereas on YouTube, people can go back halfway through and rewind it so they don't miss something. So it's a very different. To be very frank with you, if you wanted to do something, it would probably be better to do it on YouTube, because then you don't have to repeat yourself constantly, but you can still see the questions.
I do want justice for Micah, and I'm going to help bring that. I definitely want justice for Micah. And somebody said, I love the attention. What kind of attention? I hadn't talked to anybody or seen anybody. They say I love attention.
Oh, but let me show you this. One of my members sent me this. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And this is just one picture. And this was, where do I have that? That girl, I know her name and everything. Where is that? No. I will find it. I promise I will find it. Okay. Let me look for it while we're doing this. Oh, wait.
An item in a very respectful way.
Sure.
So one of the things that has been said, and this was a couple weeks ago, that a lot of people made a big I don't say big issue, but we'll say big deal about, was a necklace that you were wearing in the interview after she passed away. Was it actually hers, or did you just have a similar one?
No, that was definitely hers. I got it. So she passed away on the Saturday, and then Sunday when I went and saw her, they handed me some stuff, and that was one of the things they handed me. And that necklace was, for some reason, she heard a story. Micah was very she could hear something or see a commercial and then immediately want to act on it. And so she heard about these lab diamonds last year, and so
And lab
even though she loved
diamonds
her-
are real,
her
you
wedding
guys,
engagement
just to
band,
let
she
you
wanted
know.
the diamond, the real diamond taken out of that, and she wanted a lab diamond put in. But she didn't want to get rid of that diamond, so she wanted to put it inside of a necklace. And so I had it made into a necklace for her. He was wearing that, and the nurse gave me that on that Sunday. And so before I even left the hospital, I already had it on.
Okay.
I just had not taken it off, and actually I'd forgotten it was on the next day or two or whenever the interview was. I just, but yeah, it's a girl necklace, so I just wanted to feel.
Okay, I just want to let you guys know who this woman is. Okay, that JP Miller's with. Let me find it. I just pulled it up. Okay, this woman, and I'll show you a couple other pictures. They're in my email. Okay. On May 30th, John Paul was seen with a new woman. The woman in the beach photos has been identified as Azellen Young. The 30-year-old woman is out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and is followed by the Solids Rocks official IG page. She's 30 years old. For real. She reached out to several people a few weeks ago asking if everything about John Paul Miller was true. According to sources, the conversations were extremely weird and people didn't understand why she was so vested in John Paul Miller. In my opinion, those conversations now make sense. During last night's live, John Miller said he hadn't gotten out much because of what's happening. He also said he hadn't had time to grieve for his unalived wife. Seems like they found time yesterday to enjoy the beach. Only water identifier was the ocean and not in his eyes. Okay, wait a minute. This is from Robbie Harvey. Well, Robbie Harvey, no wonder he don't like you. You're busting him out. You got busted. Holy guacamole. She's quite the looker. She quite the looker. For real. Let me find you another picture. Here's one of her. Oh, I feel bad. Am I doxing you? I'm sorry. Are you guys doing church stuff? Are you doing church stuff? I don't know. I'm just asking, lady. I'm just asking because I'm weird like that. Because I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. Aw. John Paul, you're getting your picture taken. Are you waving at everybody? Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, I bet you guys can't hear it. Hold on. Hey, Salty Fry. Are you making fun of me? Are you making fun of me over here, lady? Okay. Let me find it. Okay, I found it again. Okay. So, there we go.
That you bought a new truck, and it's not a new truck. You
No,
just
it's
wrapped,
not a new truck.
right?
Yeah, just put some stickers on it.
Yeah, he just wrapped it in vinyl and took the stickers off the windows. But people were calling me a liar. I'm like, I see the truck
you-
every day.
You had video.
Can I ask you guys a question? Put a 1 in chat if it's really important if he would have got a new truck. I think he better watch his assets for right now.
Oh, yeah, when you got close, you could see that it was a vinyl wrap, and so I actually made that correction.
Just
I don't know, we can have it.
put some tape on the back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and we just, it comes right off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why did you have her cremated? Someone said I did that because that's what she wanted. We talked a lot about what would happen if one of us passed, and
I would, the thing about it is, you guys, I would think if Micah, oh, wait a minute. Hang on. There we go. Okay, am I all good in this hood? Because somehow I was doubled up over here. I'm good in the hood. You would think the closeness she was, especially with her sisters and stuff, that possibly they had, spoke about that. And it's just the shady stuff that he's done. I mean, when Katie was in the hospital, I'm sorry. Why did I call her Katie? Different case. When Micah was in the hospital, sorry, Micah, and I lost my train of thought. Oh, J.P. Miller made her father and brother, they signed papers to take over Micah's medical. J.P. Miller, from my understanding, did not follow through with those papers. He did not file those. He did nothing with those papers. Nothing at all.
that's something Micah wanted and something I want as well, because we don't believe that the body matters as believers, and so that's what she wanted. Yeah.
You guys remember that, because I bet if J.P. Miller ever passes away, he's going to want one of those funerals where they carry his casket down the street and people are like, woo, woo. I'm telling you. Oh, you're making food at work. Seems like you wouldn't think a truck would be a thing to think about at this time. Well, he had it wrapped. That's what we call it, wrapped. It does take a village, doesn't it, Salty Fry? You're right about that. It takes a village.
I'm still wearing my wedding ring. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm still wearing it.
But were you? Hey, wait. Where's those pictures? Give me those pictures back. I don't think we got one close enough to see if he's got his wedding ring on or not. Okay, that's her. I'm not going to dox her again. I forgot your name, lady, okay? We're not going to dox you. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I can't tell. I cannot tell. Let's make it bigger. That's it. That's as far as it'll go. Oh, I can't tell. Right there's his finger. Oh. Dude. Is that just white where you, I don't know. You got your ring on, man. Hey, what's the sign she's holding up? With her fingers. Oh, she's holding her towel. I'll give her that. She does look like she's holding up the horn sign. But I'm just saying that, okay? Don't nobody go and show this woman any hate. Lord help me. I don't need anybody going, oh my God. Now remain calm, that bitch. She talking all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay. So the weird statements. Oh, well, let's finish. How could I forget you, guy with the pointy ears? I told you her name, Katie Ann. Rewind a little bit. Rewind just a little bit, because I don't remember. I don't remember what her name was. But I did tell you.
Do you have anything else for him?
And you can love somebody and be separated, and you can love them just the same and be divorced. You can love them just the same, be with them. Sometimes it doesn't stop your love for the person. It's like having a kid that you love them and they do something that you don't like, but you still love them the exact same.
That's messed up, answer.
All the abuse that people are throwing at me, I just pray that none of y'all have to go through anything like this, because
Well, I'm
it's
not
difficult.
and I'm not going to ask you this question right now. Obviously, if you want to talk more, and I can text with you and we can get something scheduled if you want to do that. Obviously, because with this type of situation, there are no more secrets about your past or anything that you've done in the legal system. So that's been out there. That being said, obviously there's a lot of documents back and forth. Her filing reports against you, you filing reports against her, and so if you ever want to chat about any of that, again, respectfully, and from your version, we're happy to give you that platform.
There's something I learned through this that I don't think the world knows. I don't think America knows, and that is, on a police report, you can lie and say anything you want to say. You can say that Big Bird killed Cookie Monster on Sesame Street, and they have to write it down.
Correct.
And so a lot of people take police reports as fact. It's not a fact that somebody said it. What you can do is people can actually line affidavits. You can write anything you want to in an affidavit.
But they have you on video going to the car dealership all right. Everything we see, every video that had John Paul Miller in it, and some of the things he was doing, it's all fake. It's all fake. Jesus.
And it doesn't matter. That's why it's important whenever you're trying to find truth in the affidavit. You look.
And let me repeat. One of my villagers who comes and hangs out on my porch, who I adore, sent me those court documents that I read to y'all. So if you kind of didn't hear it, you can go back and listen to me tell it. That's all I can say. Okay.
Just what exhibits that. That's something I've learned through all this stuff. People assume things. White people are incredibly. Someone says about an autopsy. Are you want to answer?
Why no autopsy?
I asked for an autopsy when I was there Sunday, and I asked I either asked the head nurse or asked the medical examiner or somebody, and they just brushed me off and said, "There's no need. There's no need." And I said, "I didn't know anything. I just asked for one just because I thought it was the right thing to do, not that I thought anything."
Does anybody know why they told him there was no need for an autopsy? She passed away from what they say is a self-inflicted situation. And we all know what it is. You've got a woman that has passed away from one distinct thing. It's not like she had a heart attack. It's not like she, passed away from something else. So I don't know. I
just thought that's what you're supposed to do when someone you love dies young. You just ask for an autopsy. And but then I said, well, what about finding out if she was on medicine or what kind of medicine or if she was pregnant or anything like that? And they said, you need a toxicology report. I said, okay, well, I want that. So they said yes. So a toxicology report was ordered, and I'll have the results of that. I think they said it could take months.
And I agree that he should have had a toxicology report ran. I do agree with that. But I don't know.
It could be anywhere from 3 more weeks to 3 months. So.
There was a story here, and I live in the Nashville area, but there's a story here in Nashville. I don't know how closely you follow this type of stuff, but Riley Strain, a young college kid who was here from Missouri, fell into her. Anyway,
now I've showed Micah many times, and you can go over to Facebook. I believe it's just Facebook, Micah Miller, where Micah is talking. She's talking to a lot of women had contacted her about, what abusive relationships and stuff like that. And when she's talking about it, when she mentions, husbands, spouses at times, with alcohol and different substances. And if you look at her face, when she says substances, It told me a lot. It really did.
If they ordered his toxicology, I think 3 months later, we were still waiting on it, and it just finally came back. And even now, the results haven't been officially released, so it can take a while.
Yeah, and I don't know if it'll be able to even tell me what I want to know, but we'll see. We'll see. What's the lady? Hey, man, what cousin? Oh, sorry. Someone just said Satan. Was that a question, or was that just a comment?
Again, I told you we can turn the
Uh,
comments off if you prefer that.
Somebody wrote Satan in the comments.
No.
That's
No.
funny. That is amusing to me.
There's no making family do anything. Well, I had to put track. I didn't put a tracking device. I did it because I told him to make sure if she was near a gun store to give me a call. And also thought that maybe there was some other reasons. You'll see that next week. You'll find the results of that next week.
Are you able to? If not, it's okay. Are you able to kind of give us a hint on what's coming next week? If you can't, that's fine.
No, just
Now, don't forget, class, this is very important. The guy reminds everybody that you can pretty much say whatever you want to on court documents, right? That's what he said. So, what are you going to release to us that we're supposed to believe? What are you going to release to everybody that we're supposed to believe? And I think the guy who came out and talked about Micah in the hospital was, that wasn't good at all.
everything that shows why she passed away, who's responsible for it, and that I did every single thing a human being could do and far more to try to keep her alive and keep her safe and keep her healthy. I was the only one. I went to 48 people in 3 months and told them she needs her lithium, and she does not need to be anywhere near a weapon. And no.
What? What'd he say? 48 people in 3 months?
Shows why she passed away, who's responsible for it, and that I did every single thing a human being could do and far more to try to keep her alive and keep her safe and keep her healthy. I was the only one. I went to 48 people in 3 months and told them.
48 people in 3 months. Has anybody came out with any law enforcement reports against Micah? Somebody may have. I just may not have seen it. 48 people in 3 months. How many of those were affiliated with the church? Right? We know you kind of bothered the family. You didn't like the family. Okay.
Your lithium, and she does not need to be anywhere near a weapon. And
lithium, you guys, lithium is a really, really strong drug. Really strong. I mean, I wouldn't even know how she could have even been functional. Siri, I'm pulling lithium up. I am. Because I'm a weird bitch like that. Lithium is a mood stabilizing medicine used to treat certain mental illnesses such as mania, which is feeling highly excited, overactive, or distracted, hypomania, like mania, but less severe, bipolar disorder, where your mood changes between feeling very high mania and very low depression. It's commonly prescribed to treat mania that is part of bipolar disorder. Okay. And that's from the Mayo Clinic. Common side effects include increased urination, shakiness of the hands, and increased thirst. The biggest side effect is the urination and the thirst. But lithium has a toxic effect on the thyroid gland and the kidneys. So if she was on lithium, that poor girl was probably all over the place. Hey, act right, people. I always thought that you would really have to have something wrong with you for them to prescribe lithium. Lithium is a high-risk drug. It can also occur in chronic accumulation for the following reason: acute or chronic overdosage, dehydration, deteriorating renal function, and drug interactions. Oh my God, I could answer all kinds of questions. Anybody got a question about lithium? Let me know now while I got it pulled up. Lithium is often key in helping resolve anger issues. So I got a question. The more I'm looking at this lithium, did you like her being on the lithium, John Paul Miller? Because maybe if she had been prescribed lithium, that she felt like it was keeping her from being truly angry like she should have been. Does that make sense? I don't know, y'all. Does that make sense? All right, let me finish this goober head here.
Nobody believed me. And I showed them proof that her doctor said she was suicidal, and nobody believed me.
Her daughter said she was. Is that what he said?
3 months and told them she needs her lithium, and she does not need to be anywhere near a weapon. And nobody believed me. And I showed them proof that her doctor said she was suicidal, and nobody believed me.
Her daughter said she was. Did Micah have a daughter? Micah didn't have any children, did she? What's up? What's up, Big Dave? I never heard Micah had any children. Or is he saying, oh, wait, maybe he's saying he talked to Micah's mom.
Are you able to, if not, it's okay. Are you able to kind of give us a hint on what's coming next week? If you can't, that's fine.
No, just everything that shows why she passed away, who's responsible for it.
We know why she passed away, John Paul Miller. Who is responsible for it? Because he dang sure is not saying it's going to show that Micah yeah, the verbiage is off.
and that I did every single thing a human being could do and far more to try to keep her alive and keep her safe and keep her healthy. I was the only one. I went to 40.
But he threw her clothes out. He took everything. How were you trying to keep her safe? We seen the crazy text. This guy, is he for real? You know what? Even Satin's down there shaking his head. He's like, you know?
8 people in 3 months and told them she needs her lithium, and she does not need to be anywhere near a weapon. And nobody believed me. And I showed them proof that her doctor said she was suicidal, and nobody believed me. And I thought I went to judges, lawyers, doctors, pastors, her friends, and her family. 48 people. And some of those people I went to dozens of times. And anyway, I'm going to run in, everybody. So let's see what else.
But she goes to her families and you harass her while she's there to come back. So make that make sense.
Anyway, Justin, it was talking to you. It was nice seeing you.
I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us and answer a few questions, and we'll be in touch.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Justin. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to see our eagles. We need to have a loose-all moment there. Okay, so this is what was odd. He said, I want justice for Micah. Okay. What do you mean by that? Does anybody find that to be an odd statement? That I want justice for Micah? How does that look to you, JP Miller? How does wanting justice for Micah look on your end? I'm just asking. Okay. Somebody just, like I said, you ever get to meet him, ask him that. Okay. He had on Micah's necklace. The cremation. He said you can love somebody and still be separated, but in my opinion, it was very obvious. I don't think he wanted to be separated from Micah. I think he honestly believed when he would preach and tell the congregation, the women of the congregation, basically, you need to be subservient to your husband. You need to be subservient to your man. That right there speaks volumes on that relationship that him and Micah had even before they were married. What better way to basically train someone to be subservient to them is to have the ability to be around that person for a number of years, right? So as she's in this church as a young lady, he's basically teaching her, they're basically in that church teaching her how to become a subservient wife. In my opinion. I'm just saying, okay? In my opinion. Yes, it was very, very weird. And Robbie Harvey points this out. So no wonder he doesn't like Robbie Harvey. All the abuse people are throwing at me. Okay. Lying on police reports, etc., affidavits. The autopsy said that they said there was no need. He got the toxicology. He denied putting a tracking device on her car. He says the PI did. Must have missed that part. He said the PI did. But I would think that the private investigator would be like, do you want us to put a tracking device on her car? This guy's a freaking piece of work. A real piece of work you are there, sir. All right. I've been on here 2 hours, you guys. Okay, so if Micah, I don't even know what she was really diagnosed with, anxiety and stuff. But if she had bipolar, then usually physicians will order in Lamictal. Poor Micah. Poor Micah. Now, one thing I will say, we can't sit here and say that anything that John Paul Miller is going to say about Micah, you know, is all not true. We can't say that. And like I said, he has his truth and Micah had her truth. And I think that a lot of us, why we are, you know, adamant that justice for Micah is because of we can empathize and sympathize with what she must have been going through. She must have been going through some horrible stuff. It's very sad. All right. Any questions? I'm going to wrap this up. Oh, I wanted to show you guys a thing here. I hadn't listened to it, so, but this is Salty Fries. And it's the 911 Micah Miller call, and it's slowed down. So let's check that out. I was going to say you could drop your own link. I don't think I have any mods in here.
That's someone talking.
Address of your emergency. Hi, are you able to trace the...
What's he saying?
Okay. So I will have to put my headphones on and listen to this.
That's someone talking.
Address of your emergency. Hi, are you able to trace the...
What?
Huh, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Wow. It does sound like someone's talking in the back. Wow, we'll have to talk about that, kids. We will have to talk about that, kids. For real. All right, you guys, I've been on here 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm going to hop off here, and hopefully the sun came back out a little bit because, no, it's raining. It's raining. Should I come back maybe later on tonight and finish the Sebastian Rogers since it's raining? I don't know. We'll see. If I pop on, that's what it's going to be about. Okay. But I wanted to definitely comment on John Paul Miller and his Justin on TikTok interview. And I want to find out what scriptures are on his arm. I really do. But they said this woman, hang on, let me pull up this woman again. Shit fire, same matches. Let me tell you a little story. The woman, I guess, was trying to, okay, I probably can't find it now. I don't remember where I found it. Okay, I might be able to, hang on. Okay. The woman allegedly, and I think I told you guys this before, had reached out to several people a few weeks ago asking if everything about John Paul Miller was true. Conversations were weird, and a lot of people couldn't understand why she was so invested in John Paul Miller. So he said he hadn't gotten out much, but he's at the beach with this lady. Did he not think that anybody was going to see him? I mean, for real. I wish I could see if he had his wedding ring on. Oh my goodness. Y'all, this picture of this lady, I don't think I can show it. I don't think I can show it. But she's in her some lingerie. She's got tattoos all over the place. Do you guys want to see it or not? Maybe you don't. Lord. Okay. So she has 3,669 followers. 7,500 people following. She says, hi. Oh, I'll show you this. Hi, I'm Az. I'm Jamaican in Cherokee. My name means one spared by Jehovah. Jah blesses me every day. Life's so good. Oh, she 420s it. She is pro-cannabis. Where'd you meet her, John Paul? Did she slip into your DMs? Wow, she's very pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. Y'all can go follow her if you want. Wow. That sucks. Let me tell you, I don't know. She's a Jehovah Witness. Jehovah. All right, whippersnappers, I'm going to get off here. Thanks, everybody who listened. I hope everybody was having a good day. Sorry that it's raining. I don't know if it's storming other places, but I will catch you guys later. I promise we're going to do part 2 of the set thing, but I also have a couple roasts that I'm trying to get together. So you guys just bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. We'll get to it. All right. Thank you guys. See you next time. Peace out, everybody.